Okay, so the next section of our chapter will be multiplication of matrix, which is number 5. So we have rules for the multiplication of matrix A times B. Yeah, A and B can be multiplied if the number of column of matrix A equal to the number of row of matrix B. So the rules is column A equals to have to be equal to row B. Yeah. So if the column A equals to row B, they can be multiplied. If not, yeah, we cannot do multiplication. So number 2, to multiply, we have to use the row times column method. So there are a method called row times column. This is for multiplication of two matrices. Later I will explain it in the example questions. Yeah, for number 3, the result of multiplication A times B is not the same with B times A. So if I ask you B times A, you have to multiply like so, B times A, yeah, not A times B, it's different. And then the dimension of the result will be the number of row of matrix A times the number of column of matrix B. I will explain this also later. So we go to the example 1. For example 1, I have matrix A and B, for which the dimension of A is 2 times 2 and the dimension of B is 2 times 3. Yeah, so let's analyze that whether we can multiply A times B and B times A first. So the first one is A. We have to multiply A times B. Don't do the multiplication first, just analyze the matrix whether they can multiply or not. Yeah, so for A times B, we have 2 times 2 matrix multiplied with 2 times 3 matrix. Yeah, so for the first one, for A, the number of column is 2, and the second one for B, the number of row is 2. Yeah, so this is the number of column. Column is 2, and for B, the number of row is 2 also. And the rule says if the number of column for the left side matrix, for which A, equal to the number of row on the right side matrix, which is B, the same. If they are the same, then we can do the multiplication. Yeah, and how to multiply A times B? First, we have to write the A, 1, 3, negative 2, and 4. And then after that, the B, 3, negative 2, 1, 4, 2, and 1. Yeah. Okay, so after this, we have to follow the rules of the method, which is row times column. The method called row times column. That means you cannot multiply one by one. 1 times 3 and then 3 times negative 2, you cannot do that. Yeah, you have to follow the rules. The rules is row times column. So the first row times the first column. And then to multiply them, you only have to multiply 1 times 3 equals to 3. And then if we have another number in this step, you only have to multiply them again one more time, 12, and then we have to add the result of the first and the second result. Okay, that is called the row times the row times column method. Yeah, and then after that we have to move the column. The second step is we have to move the column to the second one. After we move the column to the second one, we have to multiply them one more time. 1 times negative 2 and then 2 times 3. So I will write 1 times negative 2 equals to negative 2. Yeah, negative 2, and then 3 times 2 equals to 6. We have to add them. It's always add, yeah, never minus. After that, we have to move the column one more time, because we have the last number, which is 1 and 1. After that, we have to multiply them one more time, and you will write 1 times 1 equals to 1, 3 times 1 equals to 3. Add them. Yeah, because we cannot move the column again, that means we already finished for the first row. So one more time, the row times column method means the first row times the first column, and the first row times the second column, and finally the first row times the third column. If they are the fourth column, you only have to add one more multiplication. Yeah. So after the first row, we will go to the second row. For the second row, of course, your answer will be also on the second row. Yeah, the second row times the first column. Remember, row times column. Yeah, so the second row times the first column. We have to multiply one more time. -6 times -6 and 16. Yeah, and then we add them. After that, we will move to the second column, which is -2 and 2. We multiply the row and the column one more time, so we will get -2 times -2 is 4. 4 times 2 equals to 8. Add them together. And then after that, move again the row to the third one. 1 times 1, 1 and 1. After that, we have to multiply them one more time. Yeah, so you will get -2 and then plus 4. There you go. This is what we call row times column. You have to do this when you multiply two matrices. Okay, so the result will be 15, and then after that is 4, and then 4. Also, this is 10, this is 12, and this is 2. There you go. This is A times B. How about B times A? Can we do that? So let's take a look at the dimension of the matrix B, which is 2 times 3. And the matrix of A is 2 times 2. Take a look at the number of column of vector of the matrix B. Yeah, the number of column is 3, and the number of row for A is 2. The number of row is 2. It's not the same. Yeah, it's not the same. If the number of column for the first matrix is not the same with the number of row for the second matrix, you cannot do multiplication. So you cannot do this. Cannot do. There you go. So you have to analyze the dimension first. Yeah, if you cannot do the multiplication, just say cannot do, just like that. Okay, I have a little bit trick for this one. So if you have these numbers, yeah, the dimension for the first and the second matrix, you only have to take a look at the middle number. The middle number is 3 and 2, right? If they are not the same, then you cannot do the multiplication. Okay, if they are the same, like this one, if they are the same, 2 and 2, then you can do the multiplication. And the result, I will explain what is the meaning of the fourth rows. The dimension of the result will be the number of row of matrix A times the number of column of matrix B. So take a look at the number of row for matrix A. I will erase this first. So the number of row for matrix A is 2. The number of row is 2, and the number of column of matrix B is 3. Yeah. So the result of the multiplication will be a matrix with 2 times 3 dimension. Take a look at your answer. Your answer is 2 times 3 dimension, right? Yeah, it's the same with our prediction, which is the second 2 row and 3 column. So this is the explanation for number 4. Yeah, okay, but it's only theoretical, so you don't have to confused about it. Just know how to multiply two matrix. Next is example 2. For example 2, given that a matrix A 1, -2 and 3, so we have 3 times 1 matrix, and then for B it's 1 times 3 matrix, yeah, 1 times 3, yeah, good. Okay, so for number A, 2A, A times B, let's identify first if whether they can multiply it or not. So for A, 3 times 1, and for B is 1 times 3. Take a look at the middle number. The middle number is 1 and 1 is the same, yeah. If it is the same, then we can multiply them. And take a look at the last and the first number of this dimension. That will be our answer, yeah. So our answer will be a matrix with 3 times 3 dimension. Okay, let's prove it. So for A, we have 1, -2, and -3. And for B, we have 4, 6, and 5, sorry. Now, we have to follow the row times column method, yeah. So the first row is 1 times the first column. The first column is 4. So you only have to multiply 1 and 4. You'll get 4 as the first answer. And then after that, move to the second column. The second column is 5. Therefore, 1 times 5 equals to 5. And then after that, move to the third column. Multiply it one more time. So you'll get 6. We cannot move to the other column because it's already finished. So we move to the second row. Yeah, now we go to the second row. Second row times the first column equals to -8. And then second row times the second column equals to -10. The second row times the third column equals to -12. There you go. This is the second column. Next is the third row. For the third row, we do the same. Third row times the first column, it will be -12. Third row times the second column equals to -15. The third row times the third column equals to -18. So this is the result of multiplication A times B, and the dimension is 3 times 3 as we predicted. Yeah, so this is A. How about B? Can we do B? B times A. B times A means 1 times 3, and then you have to multiply with A. 3 times 1. Take a look at the middle number. The middle number is the same, yeah. If it is the same, we can do the multiplication, and the answer, our answer will be 1 times 1 matrix, yeah, from this and this. Okay, so let's prove that our answer will be 1 times 1 matrix. So for B we have 4, 5, 6, and for A we have 1, -2, and -3. So you can multiply them using the rules. Yeah, the rule says row times column. The first row times the first column is only 1. Yeah, we only have 1 row and 1 column, so we only can multiply them once. So how to multiply? The first number with the first number, for the second number with the second number, plus -10. Remember, if we do multiplication on the same steps, that means we have to add the results, yeah. So the first result is 4, the second result is -10, the third result is -8. Then we have to add them together. Therefore, we will get a single number, which is -24 as the result, and our answer is 1 times 1 matrix, yeah, as we predicted. This is example 2. Next is example 3. For example 3, I have matrix A, B, and C. Determine the result of, for the first one is A times B times C transpose. Okay, so for A, I have 1, -2, for -1, and then B, you cannot mess up with the orders. Yeah, if the question says A times B, then you have to write it like the question say, transpose. Okay, so remember what transpose is. For the transpose, we have to flip the row and the column. Yeah, so if the first row is 0, 4, that means when we transpose it, you will get a column with 0 and 4. After that, C7, negative 2 as the second column. And then for this one, we will multiply it first. So let's follow the rules. Row times column. For the first one, row times column. 1 times 1, 1 times negative 2 equals to 1 plus negative 2. Yeah, so this is the first row times the first column. And then the next is the first row times the second column. First row times second column, negative 2 plus negative 2, just like that. And then the first row is done. Now we go to the second row. The second row times the first column, you will get 4 plus minus 1. And then the second row times the second column, you will get negative 8 and then minus 1. After that, you only have to simplify the first one. You will get negative 1, negative 4, 3, and negative 9. Times it with 0, 7, 4, negative 2. You will get, okay, one more time, the first column, the first row times first column, and so like that. Negative 1 times 0, negative 16. Okay, we'll go faster. For the second column, it will be negative 7 plus 8. Okay, so for the third column, and not the third column, the second row times the first column, it will be 3 times 0, 0, negative 36, and then 21 plus 18. Yeah, so the final result will be negative 16, 1, negative 36, and 39. So this is the result for example 3a. And then after that, 3b. The question says you have to calculate a to the power of 3. Remember, a to the power of 3 means a times a times a. That means you have to multiply them 3 times. 1, negative 2, 4, negative 1, and then 1, negative 2, and 4, negative 1. This is called a cube. Yeah. So let's calculate the first one. For the first one, follow the rules. Row times column. Yeah. 1, and then negative 8. And then for the second column, it will be negative 2 plus 2. For the second row, it will be 4 and negative 4. And then for the second column, it will be negative 8 plus 1. It's not finished yet. You have to multiply it one more time. So let's simplify. It will be negative 7, 0, 0, negative 7, times with 1, negative 2, 4, negative 1, times it one more time, the first row and the first column, first row, first column, multiply it, you'll get negative 7 plus 4 times 0, 0, and then first column with, first row with the second column, you'll get 14 plus 0, and for the second row, you will get 0 and negative 28, 0 and 7. Therefore, the result is negative 7, negative 28, 14, and 7. There you go. This is a cube. Next is determinant of a matrix. Yeah, determinant of a matrix can be obtained only from a square matrix like 2 times 2 or 3 times 3 matrix. Yeah, the notation for determinant is like this. It's like absolute value, but it's not absolute value. Yeah, it's determinant. When the absolute sign is in the matrix chapter, that means it's determinant, not absolute. Yeah, please remember that. And then also you can use that a also for the notation of determinant. When the determinant of a matrix equals to 0, the matrix is called a singular matrix. Yeah, so a singular matrix is a matrix with determinant equals to 0. First, I want to teach you how to find the determinant of 2 times 2 matrix. Assume that A equals to A, B, C, D. Then the determinant of matrix A is, we can write like this, determinant of A equals to, So we can change the shapes of the brackets into like this, yeah, because it's represent determinant. So I have A, B, C, D. I will teach you using Sarus method. Yeah, this is called Sarus method. So you only have to multiply A with D. You will start from the top left times with the diagonally with the bottom right, and then you will continue with the C times B. Yeah, so the first one is A times D and then C times B, and then you will get the determinant of A equals to A times D minus C times B. So this is how to find the determinant of 2 times 2 matrix. Yeah, you only have to multiply A times D and then you have to minus it, the result, with the C times B. Pretty easy, right? How about 3 times 3 matrix? So this is harder with the 2 times 2 matrix. The method is the same with 2 times 2 matrix, but we have to add the first 2 column of the matrix at the right side of the matrix. What is the meaning of that? I will explain it in this example. Assume that A equals to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. As you can see, this is 3 times 3 matrix. Then the determinant of matrix A equals to, so we will write it like this: determinant of A equals to, one more time, we change the shape of the brackets into the symbol of the determinant, G, H, I. And then after that, please remember that for 3 times 3 with Sarus method, yeah, Sarus method, you will have to copy the first 2 columns. Yeah, you have to copy A, D, G, and B, E, H at the right side of the matrix. You have to copy the first 2 columns. Yeah, after that you can do the same thing with the 2 times 2 matrix. First you have to multiply diagonally, starting from the top left, go to the bottom right. So now we have three diagonal, yeah, so we can calculate the multiplication like this: A times E times I, and then because we on the same steps, yeah, the same step means you start from the top left, go to the bottom right. That means we have to add the results. Add the result with B times F times G, and then add the result one more time with C times D times H. After that, we go to the other direction, which is this one, and this one. Yeah, start from the bottom left, go to the top right. G times E times C plus H times F times A plus I times D times B. There you go. This is how to calculate the determinant of 3 times 3 matrix. But before that, for the first result and the second result, we have to subtract them. Yeah, please remember that the first result and the second result for Sarus method have to be subtracted like this. Okay, this is how to find the 3 times 3 determinant. But I have another method for 3 times 3. Maybe you prefer this one instead of the Sarus method. It's up to you. If you want to use this one, it's okay. But if you want to use the Sarus method, it's also allowed. Yeah. Okay, this technique is called cofactor. So to find the determinant of matrix 3 times 3, you only have to use the cofactor technique like this. So the first is you have to start with A. You have to choose one of the elements. Usually it starts with A, the top left. So when you choose the top left, you will highlight the row of the element that you choose and also the column of the element that you choose. So to calculate it, you will write the first element that you choose times the determinant of the rest that are not highlighted, which is E, F, H, I. Yeah, after that you have to minus it with the second element. So if you choose A as your first element, that means you have to choose B as your second element. Yeah, go to the right. So when you choose B, you have to highlight all of the column and all of the row of the B. That means you have to times B with the element that are not highlighted, which is D, F, G, I. And then the last one is plus. Yeah, so the sign will be selang-seling. Yang pertamanya plus, the second one is negative, the third one is plus. Yeah, so after B, you have to choose C. Therefore, this row and this column will be highlighted. So you will write C times D, E, G, H. This is how you find determinant using cofactor. Yeah, after you do this, you have to calculate for this determinant, and this determinant using 2 times 2 determinant ya. Jadi kita balik lagi ke sarus nih. Sarusnya apa? Ini ya. So you will have E times I minus H times F minus B times ini ya, DI minus GF, and then plus C times DH minus GE. There you go. This is how you find determinant of 3 times 3 matrix using cofactor technique. Okay guys, let's take a look at example 1. For example 1, I have 2 matrix A and B. For A is 2 times 2 and for B is 3 times 3 ya. The question wants us to find the determinant of matrix A and matrix B. For the matrix A, I have 2, 4, negative 2 and 1 is 2 times 2, so we only have to use the Sarus method. It's the easiest method yeah, so it will be 2 times 1 equals to 2 minus it with the second result, which is negative 8 yeah, as simple as that. So you will get 10 as the determinant, and then after that I have to find the determinant for the second one, which is B. B equals to 1, negative 2, 1, 3, 1, 1, negative 4, negative 2 and 5. Okay, so for this one I will use the Sarus method. Usually I use Sarus method to find the determinant yeah, but it's up to you. If you want to use the cofactor, you can use it also. So 1, 3, negative 4, negative 2, 1 and negative 2. Remember, copy the first 2 columns. After that, start from the top left, go to the bottom right 3 times. So you will calculate that as 1 times 1 times 5 equals to 5. Negative 2 times 1 times negative 4 equals to plus 8. You only have to write plus 8 just like that. And then 1 times 3 times negative 2 equals to negative 6. There you go. This is the first result. And then the second result, I will use green highlight. This times this times this times this. For the second one, you have to start from the bottom left, go to the top right yeah. Negative 4 times 1 times 1 equals to negative 4. And then negative 2 times 1 times 1 equals to negative 2. 5 times 3, 15 times negative 2 equals to negative 30. This is the second result. Remember, the first and the second result should be subtracted. So the first result is 13 minus 6 equals to 7. Minus this one is negative 36 yeah, negative 36. So the determinant will be 43 for B. There you go. This is how to find determinant from example A and B. How about example 2? For example 2, the matrix is given as A equals to X and X, 2X minus 2, and also X. But the question says the matrix is a singular matrix. Please remember that I already told you before that singular matrix is a matrix with determinant equals to 0. So we will use this clue singular matrix to find the value of X yeah. So we know that the determinant for A should be equals to 0 because it is a singular matrix. So let's calculate the determinant. This times this equals to X squared, and then this times this equals to Let's write it first, 2x minus 2, and then the first result and the second result should be subtracted, and then you will write equals to 0 because the determinant equals to 0 ya. So let's calculate this. X square minus 2x square plus 2x equals to 0. Capit kepiting. So you will have negative x square plus 2x equals to 0. Maybe you want to make the x square into positive, so you will get good numbers for factorizations. So to factorize, you only have to factorize the x minus 2 equals to 0. After that, you will get x equals to 0 or x equals to 2. There you go. This is how you find the x using singular matrix as a clue. Example 2. I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching my video. Let's meet again in my next video. Bye bye.